Yes, welcome back to another huge edition of All In, week 5, I believe. We are back bigger, better, and stronger than ever. And without further more to do, Lewis Willoughby, Sky Racing. Good afternoon.
Yes, it is afternoon to all. What have I got to say? Don't know. Keen for the episode. Plenty more winners to be found. Good weekend of racing. Another good weekend coming up. It's a bit of Groundhog Day here on a Monday. Just keep churning out Group 1 tips for the punters and the dribblers out there. But no, it's good. It's really underway now in Sydney, isn't it? Of course, with the two Group 1s we had on Saturday. Burngirl getting rolled. Can maybe touch on that a bit more. Stormboy was very good, but perhaps not excellent best, but maybe that's not what we were expecting anyway. So a lot to dissect as we move into another week.
Fantastic. And Dina, you might be able to hear a bit of sound of silence. Hello, darkness, my friend in the background there. And, well, we had a bit of luck last week, but unfortunately our best all-in play, and a play that you pushed out to your listeners, followers, viewers, subscribers, OnlyFans page, Alentia, didn't turn up. Have you recovered?
No, I haven't. And to be honest, there must be an issue. I thought Waller scratched to go around in the Winona Girl, but she's not even in the nominations for that this week. So maybe there was an actual issue. So maybe I just overplayed it and hammered Chris on socials for no reason. But hopefully she's all right. Hopefully she's back in action soon, because I think she's out of the Coolmore market as well. But
there must be an issue, because that one guy, Walter, was the worst field I have ever seen in my life. Ever. It was dreadful. Hell Hath No Fury, with greatest respect, wins a benchmark 78. Second, actually, in a benchmark 78, now as a Group 2 winner. That was Alentia would have been $1.01. You think $1.04 for Stormboy was nuts? You wait till Alentia lines up in that race. Oh.
So what you're telling me, Louis, is I can put it down as a winner?
Yes.
On the Excel spreadsheet. Sweet.
Yeah, that's it. We won't eat. The kids don't eat, but it's a winner on your spreadsheet. And that's all that really matters, Dino.
Exactly.
It was one of the greatest, would have been one of the greatest all-in plays, except for the fact that it didn't turn up. Did draw a gate as well. Quite unfortunate, but I think there was a few there. Look, let's just touch on it now before we get stuck into the 3 Group 1 races and a few good races. How good were the Chooks, Louis?
They were great. They were so good. And you know what? It's not that Brisbane were bad, but we just suffocated them, and it didn't give Brisbane a chance to attack at all. Like, we didn't get to see the 2024 edition of the attacking Broncos. And the one time they did, actually, the 2 times they kind of had good attacking possession, they scored. So they were probably still pretty good, the Broncos, but we were very clinical. And God, it was good. Didn't that look good? Doesn't it want to make you get over to Vegas ASAP when rugby league?
Oh, yeah.
That was unreal.
And your thoughts, Mick Ennis?
Turn it off. I thought you were good, and you still got a fair few players to come back. I think you was around $21 prior to the weekend in the comp. I think we could have chimed in on that. I don't know how we didn't see, but no, you were terrific. Alarm bells a little bit for the Broncos. Our forward pack was we got beat up, but you have altered the salary cap, and it looks like you might try alter the field size for the remaining season.
Look, boys. A bit early for wholesale changes for you lot. Just get yourselves home. No more fights in the park, and you'll be right up there at Red Hill. All right, let's kick off the Newmarket Handicap. The likely fields came out yesterday. Just have a little read here off for what Trav Newton's done on racing.com here. Imperatriz, Opie Bosson, Bella Nipotina, Craig Williams, Espiona, Jai McNeil, Private Eye, no jockey confirmed as yet. Ruthless Dame, Damien Lane. Gee, that's a tongue twister. Magic Time, Mickey D. As far as the market goes, gents, Imperatriz $2.50, Bonus Notchos $7, Espiona $7, Magic Time $7. Louis, kick us off with the profile. Your thoughts on the Newmarket Handicap?
Good race, very good race. In fact, is the Newmarket always. Any Group 1 sprint down the straight at Flemington's always great to watch. In Secret won this last year, coming off a Surround Stakes victory. The most common profile is second up out of an Oakley Plate or Lightning Stakes. And that is somewhat the way that I'm leading now. No, it is there. Good. Okay, yeah, I'm having a 3-bet play here because I'm getting greedy. I'm getting real greedy. Want to take on Imperatriz for no other reason, but I just think the price. And my 3-bet play is going to be this. Espiona at $7, who I thought was huge behind Imperatriz first up, hitting the line. And we mentioned we were hoping that maybe I thought she'd get up towards that 1,500-metre mark and miss a few of these sprinters, which still may happen after this race. But I'm still happy enough to chime in second up Espiona. The other two I want to back at a price are both coming out of the Oakley Plate, and I think they both had very little luck. The first of them is Benedetta, who's a $15 chance. It was so badly held up at crucial stages there around that 300, 200 mark when needing to be building momentum to try and catch the 2 leaders, and it couldn't. Once it did get out, it flashed through the line in amongst that jumble of them who crossed the line together. And the other one is Sharippa. There's a chance that the $21 will be similar on the day, if not probably a bit further, because obviously lacking the class of an Imperatriz at the top. That's I'm not breaking ground to anyone there, but was also in the Oakley Plate, sat last. The shape of that race was completely against. It flew home through the line. I think back down the straight over 1,200 metres is in its wheelhouse, and it could be a blowout chance, because we've seen a few blowout chances in this race. You've only got to look to Rocket Horse 2 years ago, who won it at $100 and something dollars. So, yep, I want to be against Imperatriz. It's Espiona, Benedetta, and Sharippa for me. Dino?
Yeah, I've got no idea what to do in Imperatriz. She was impressive first up, but then I think the more you dissect the race, I think she had every right to probably win by further in that sort of race. So there's a complete sit and sprint in the Lightning Stakes. I have to be with Espiona. I thought that was a beautiful kickoff point for her. That was the straightest I've ever seen her go since probably her first couple of starts. I would be more than happy to take the price her, and more than happy to take the price Private Eye, confirming he's going here. I think he had to adapt first up, no speed in that race, had to go forward and eyeball Imperatriz. I don't think he has to do this second up. Barriers are going to be crucial, but Gunno, I'd much prefer to back Espiona at 7s and Private Eye at 11s and take the price Imperatriz at $2.50.
100%. Espiona's like the best all-in play that I've seen this autumn. We're only about 4 days in, but this carnival, and since all-in started, we should say 5 weeks on.
It's the best all-in play I've ever seen on Monday, the 4th of March.
Correct. And the reason why I'm so reserved, Louis, is because Chris this could be the 3rd week in a row that Uncle Chris has scratched one on us. But I'm pretty confident.
I might send it to the Winona girl.
John, yeah, like that'll do me. Do your research before you put this bet on, please, please, please. But if she lines up there and there's a jockey booked, she gets 3.5 kilos off Imperatriz from last start. She was slightly slow away. She didn't have a horse to bring her into the race off a pretty slow sectional, and she got beaten 0.7. She now gets 3.5 kilos swing. I think she's better suited to 1,200. Espiona is better suited to 1,200 than Imperatriz is. And I have genuine concerns over Imperatriz actually beating Espiona and Private Eye here as it is. So I agree with you, Dino. 2-horse play, but I think Espiona will beat Private Eye as well. So I'm happy to take the $7. I'm also take a bit of coverage and back at the place to make sure I don't lose in the race. But Espiona is just a fantastic bet there. Anything else to add, lads?
Nope.
No.
Right, let's keep the Group 1 racing going. And, well, Imperatriz, some will say she's scared. Others will say that she just wants to keep that Group 1 record going down there in Victoria. But the Canterbury Stakes, think about it, $1.60, Pericles $6, Shinzo $6, Lady Laguna $8, Bella Nipotina 11s, Espiona 11s. It looks pretty thin. Most of those are heading to Victoria. Think about it, looks far too good, but only $1.60. Dino, what do you do with this race?
You sit back and watch this race and think about it. Probably turns up and wins. It's unfortunate we don't see the clash, but hey, when you own the superstar, you can do whatever you like with Imperatriz. His trial was outstanding. Phenomenal trial, but I think about it. That's all you want to see coming back. So won't be chiming in the price. Wait till race day. You might be able to get a price to back, but I doubt it, Lou.
Yeah, agreed. I before I kind of switched on and realised what was doing, I identified Bella Nipotina at $11 in this, but then obviously it's pretty certain. Well, no, I don't know, but I think she's going down the straight in the Newmarket. So there's a chance that Bella Nipotina comes out of that market, Imperatriz comes out of that market, and then you're left with Pericles and Shinzo. There's $1.60. This could get quite short, which I think would be a bit crazy. You don't want it too short. You think about it, but I with the horses to perhaps come out of the Espiona is another one at $11 that'll come out. I can't chime into this market. Good addition to the Canterbury Stakes, though. Interesting to note that only a few first up winners, including Artorias last year, have have won it first up. So semi, you need some race fitness on your side, history says. But when you're an Everest winner, I'm sure you can kind of discount history a little bit and lob up here in the field and win.
Yep. Do you think they're running scared of this horse, Louis, with Imperatriz? I know it's very easy to say, they're just staying in the lane, keeping it down there, keeping it simple. They're both likely, he'll most likely pick up the Group 1 this weekend. Do you think they're running scared, or is it just the way it is?
No, I think the plan is to think about it to get over, a mile this preparation, isn't it? 1,300 metres in this race for the end goal is a much better kickoff point than a handicap 1,200 down in Flemington.
Sorry, I meant, do you think Imperatriz is running scared of him? No,
I think that they're happy to stay in Melbourne at the moment and contest a Newmarket. The weight is a little concerning for me in a Newmarket, which I get your point. Maybe they should have come up here. But no, I don't necessarily think so. Maybe
if it wasn't here, that you can't tell me that this wouldn't have been the best option.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I think it still is the best option,
about it,
even with him there.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Righto. Anyway, doesn't really matter if buts and maybes there. Randwick Guineas, Imperatriz $2.50, Celestial Legend $3.50, Tom Kitten $6, NCAP $8, Immediacy was very impressive down in Victoria $15, Les Vampires $15, Riff Rocket $15. I doubt that horse will be on the quick backup for this. All these odds courtesy of Tab. Remember what you could be buying instead. Gamble responsibly, etc., etc. Dean Watling, Randwick Guineas.
Yeah, interesting. I'm one bet away from banning myself to bet into these 3-year-old ranks at the moment. They are doing my head in. They're all just taking turns. So don't know if I'm a lot of help here. I thought it should be the other way around, though. I thought Celestial Legend was so impressive last start. And what I'm looking for now is gaps and margins when these 3-year-olds win, because a lot of them are just winning in bunch finish, which tells me there's not much between them, which I've echoed for the last sort of 12 months. But I think Celestial Legend was outstanding last start and probably should be closer to militarized. Do I want to play now? No, wait for barriers. I don't think there's much juice in this market, Louis.
Yeah, I agreed that I'd probably lean towards Celestial Legend, but I do think the market has it pretty spot on. I mean, you look at what Militarized did first up, and it split Fangirl and Think It Over, and now Think It Over is a Group 1 winner from the weekend. So that's a very strong form line. Celestial Legend ran away strongly from NCAP, Tom Kitten, and a few others who wouldn't, put a breath to Fangirl or Think It Over. So, but to echo your point there, Dino, though, is that can I take either 250 or 350 about either of them? Probably not. But then what, can you take $6 about Tom Kitten to turn the table? No. NCAP $8? No. And then you get to Les Vampire, who was in that race? No. So, I'm not sure what to do. I love the Randwick Guineas. It's a great race, and it's going to be a good battle between a few of these at the top. But this is a betting show. And if I'm trying to tell you to bet in this race, I would echo Dino and say wait for barriers and see what markets come up later in the week.
Yeah, 100%. There's absolutely no bets here at all, and the barriers could change everything. Two of those horses at the top could draw terribly, and it might invite something else to come in and lead and win, maybe a Waterhouse Bot horse. But at this stage, how would you know? And how would you know what the track's going to dish up? Like, let's be honest.
Yep.
We didn't do Ride of the Week. We didn't do horses to follow. We will do that, wrap that up at the end of the show, fellas. But challenge stakes here, and Dino, there is a horse here, Private Eye at $1.90 at top of the market. So just a big, question mark whether it goes to the Newmarket based off that. But $1.90 Private Eye, Remark $4, Passive Aggressive $5, Aft Cabin $6, and Mazu $9 for now. Joey Pride. Louis?
Yeah, fascinating. Oh,
no, go Dino. You go Dino.
My apologies. There's one of those Ezra Mann sort of short balls to Joey Mano.
I was Bakura. I was concussed on the sideline.
You were gone in the first few minutes.
Exactly. Good race this. I wanted to touch on it in the sense of Remarks, a bomb, 1,000-meter fresh horse, passive aggressive, won this race last year, beating two really good horses, Eduardo and a couple of others as well. Af Cabin goes good fresh, and Mazu is in the Joe Pride camp for the first time. So absolutely fascinating. It's a hot week this week, so I think we'll get a dry track. I'm not sure what they do with Private Eye. I hope he doesn't go here because I think there's two great bets. I'll be backing Remark and backing Passive Aggressive. Passive Aggressive jumped out with Imperatriz and a couple of other horses down there in Melbourne. Looked outstanding. Love it fresh. Love 1,000 metres for it. So hoping that Private Eye doesn't go here, Lou, and I'd be more than happy to back Remark at $4 and Passive Aggressive at $5.
Yeah, I'm keen to play in this race as well, and I'm going to mention the other one in the market that you didn't back. So I'll back Aft Cabin, who I think I love to see that this is the only race it's lobbed up for on the weekend. It's not entered in a new market or anything like that, and its trials have been unreal. The latest one over the longer trip, over the 1,030 or something like that, which it won, I thought was really strong. I know it's another one who Brodie Nixon identified, and he does a lot of trial work, and he thought this was flying. And at $6 for what we know it can do, I think is a great price. My little concern on passive aggressive obviously failed to get in foal. They brought it back for another preparation. It's a long time between runs. It hasn't been seen since May in the Adelaide Carnival last year, so it's going to be first up for a while. And Remark, well, what horse are you going to get on the day with Remark? You know, you could get a fair dinkum superstar. You could get the one that lobs up and just kind of cats it again. It's a bit King's Gambit-y, isn't it? There's so much there, but just you don't know what you're going to get on the day. Marzu really interesting, and then as you mentioned, Private Eye, Espione, the other two are unlikely to be here. Good little race. This is going to be between at least 3, if not 4 of them, and I'll side with Aft Cabin at $6.
Fantastic. All right, fellas, the Todman Stakes for the 2-year-olds. This is a really, really intriguing race here. Yeah, mate.
Just quickly back to the Challenge Stakes. Sorry, Private Eye's in the market. Really high, just thinking about it, really highly unlikely it goes 1,000 metres and stays at 1,000 metres second up. Surely they go up in trip. Just thinking about it for the punters, it's well, it's $1.90, so I'm just thinking it's a great edge to bet into that market because I can't understand or see how Private Eye goes there.
Probably just for those punters, you instead of having your play on the win for those 2 horses, maybe double your stake for the place.
Yep,
and then that way. Sure. You know, like you're going for the same, very similar result. And if Private Eye doesn't go there, well, you could pretty much go join the queue now. How's that sound?
Yep.
And if he does go there, you've still a chance for running top 3. Righto, lads, Todman Stakes, huge addition here. And somehow the former second favourite of the Golden Slipper now seems to be on the drift after doing not a whole lot wrong. Switzerland is on the 3rd line of betting. On top, Espionage, $3.50, Straight Charge, $3.50, Switzerland, $4.50. Shangri-La Express comes out of the same race as Switzerland, $8, Bodyguard, $11, and longer the rest. Louis, you can have the new ball for this one.
I've officially given up with 2-year-olds. I hate it. Year after year, I just keep getting it wrong. I backed Bold Bastille. It all shits the bed. I backed Graham for the Golden Slipper. It's all gone as well. I can't hack it anymore with 2-year-olds. So, in which case, I'll be buttering up here on Bodyguard at $11. No, I like Bodyguard. I think it's a good horse and maybe one that would interest me at that price. But Dino, over to you, Dino. You can take the hit up here with the 2-year-olds.
Yeah, I'll tuck it under the arm, knees up, elbows out. Great race. A little bit to play out here. Holmes of Court, King of Russo, Amazing Eagle there nominated for the Black Opal, which is on the Sunday as well as the Canberra Cup. There's not much between the top 2 in the market, Espionage and Straight Charge. I thought they were both equally as good each other. We're at Randwick. We got to remember that. Rail's going to be out 3 metres, so that's key compared to a slipper and compared to first up around Rose Hill. I think the one the market's missed, Switzerland, Gano. I thought it was great last start, adapted to it. I just think it screams, get me a little bit of tempo, bigger field, and it can run on. I don't think it should be $4.50 in this market. Do I want to play? Not too sure about that, but I think the first 3 in the race are proper horses, Gano.
Yeah, we'll know more after Saturday afternoon. If I had to have a bet here, force my hand, $4.50. Switzerland is the bet. I'm with you, Dino. But I do think that the top 4 in the market, any of those could run in the top 2 in the slipper. Like it could be any of those. Shangri-La Express, Switzerland, Straight Charge, Espionage, any of them could. And moving beyond the slipper, Espionage of the horse, it does interest me for the 14 and 1600 metre features as well. But tough race. Switzerland currently the bet. Righto, best all in plays. I'm going to kick off. I've got one for you in the Newcastle Stakes. If you have a good look around, you'll be able to find $34 a horse by the name of Zyrek. $34 a win, $9 a place. Have had it confirmed this afternoon that they're looking to go there. Obviously, lot plays out. This is all in plays, but got to turn up and got to go round, as we know, Dino. But that price is big enough to have a few dollars each way and still get a very, very decent result. Louis, what's your best all-in play of the week?
Well, I'm going to go with those 3 in the Newmarket that I mentioned. So sorry to whoever's writing up the graphics. Bit of work cut out for you.
Boy. Yep.
Lukey boy, sorry brother. I have given you 5
overtime.
before, so this is on the underside of what I can do. Sharippa, Benedetta, and Espiona in the Newmarket.
Beautiful. Louis, I'll get you to text those to me so I can let
Yeah.
know. Dino, what are your best all-in plays?
Oh, my best all-in play, the Newmarket Espiona. She's my best all-in play of this week, week 5 of the show.
Super
Hey,
stuff.
just quickly before we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a bit stupid because I know that I said that I'm off the 2-year-olds,
Oh,
but I didn't mind having a bet size produce stakes in Melbourne on Saturday. Traffic Warden I thought was pretty good in the Blue Diamond, and its second favourite behind Stay Focused at 450. So I'd be having a bet on
Unbelievable stuff. I didn't bother going to the race because you penned them.
Sweet. So punters out there, just put a line through. Put a line for a Traffic Warden. Stay focused.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. Sorry, James Cummings.
Cannot win. Righto, lads. Right of the week, Nasharilla for me. I think he was very, very good on Think It Over. And clearly the ride of the week for me. Anyone else have any other rides of the week?
Blake Shin on a Tissue. Phenomenal ride. Probably not as good as Nash's, but a close second.
Yeah, good ride on a track that, wasn't suiting horses back and beyond. So he did well to get nice and close there where he needed to be. Horses that you can absolutely pen. Well, gee whiz, I want to see King Colorado do it again.
Yep.
Before I back him ever again. So at least see him get the head down. Horses to follow. How about poor old Steffi Magnetica? Just can't get one going that good. Just can't get one.
The problem is I spoke with Brody Nixon on Sky One this morning about this. Steffi Magnetic is deep into a prep now. I think next start could be 5th or 6th up. I think now with other horses who are going to be 2nd and 3rd up, I think that just might have been the one that unfortunately slipped away a little bit. Now too deep into a preparation. It was a great run though. We'll see.
She's a good horse. You might be able to give her a quick spell and send her to Brisbane for a Group 1.
Yep, absolutely. Adelaide.
John is good at getting horses to stay up though. That's one of his.
Yeah, that's true.
Key attribute. I agree. I think I'd love to
see
good race to
follow that. Good race to follow.
Yep.
And
speaking of
horses
horses to follow, mine both coming out of that race. I thought Tutor Levita was terrific, and so was Roll on High. I think Vinery sort of Oak set up, albeit that New Zealand mare that's going to come over probably towers them up. But I thought they were too. And then one out of the English sprint, Robrick was really good as well.
Yeah, second. Hey, can I give you one to pen? A controversial one, perhaps.
Yep.
He is learning to fly. I think this is. I'm not sure what I'm missing. I thought had a good run first up and was no good. Had a good run on Saturday and was weak. People are saying the shifty ground, blah, blah, blah. I think has lost a lot of turn of foot, unfortunately, perhaps due to that injury, and has now been rolled twice well in the market. I can't see what I'm missing here. People are still forgiving it, and I don't know why.
I think the only reason you could forgive that horse is just purely being second up. I don't think because it had every possible chance on Saturday. And was good first, was good enough first up. So if she turns up 3rd up, completely gone. But I'm with you, Lou. You wouldn't want to be taking a short quote again. That's for sure.
No, you can't. No way.
No.
Righto, boys. Anyone got any plays, any midweek specials for us? Anything at Canberra on Tuesday or Wednesday? We're at the farm on Wednesday, I believe. Do you know?
I haven't got one for Wednesday. I've got one for Tuesday, though. If I just bring it up. First starter for the Hawks Camp, race 4, number 2, Barassi. I think the favourite will come out, Darling Downs, and Barassi looks like a nice 3-year-old gelding grey. Should map well, gate 3, and should get the best part of the track. So race 4, number 2 at Kembla Grange on Tuesday.
Beauty. Louis, anything for the team?
Yes, I'll go to Wednesday. Race 1 at Sandown. Number 4, Gilmore for the Snowden team, and Blake Shin went to the Valley first up, ran 3rd behind End Journey in a benchmark 7. He was really good. Second up, previous winner. Drawn barrier 4, no odds yet, but it finds a pretty small and very winnable field. So hoping it won't go up too short. Chance it could, but we'll see. Yeah, race 1, number 4.
Super stuff. I've got nothing yet, lads, but I will post something in the comments, in the YouTube comments. If you want any of my stuff, head to thegreattipoff.com, search Mick Gannon. You want to catch Louis, The Morning Lion, Sky Racing, and anything else, Louis? I saw you doing the trots the other night.
Oh, yeah, I was out at Menangle on Saturday night for Group 1 Chariots at 5. First night.
You would have had to leave Friday morning to get out there.
Hey, you want to talk about when I left? How about getting home? I loved it. It was a great night and a really good night of harness racing. And next Saturday is going to be massive with the Miracle Mile. But the last race was scheduled at 11:15. Our broadcast finished at 11:30 or more or later. I didn't get home until 1 a.m.
Unbelievable. Another way to get beat.
It's a standard.
Lucky you paid $500,000.
That's the...
$500,000. You can take a lot off that. But seriously, I think they need to have a think about scheduling. Like, if you want to get people to the track, especially for harness racing, which it should be one of your great aims, you can't be having the last at 11:15. And it was a feature race. It was Heat 3 of the New South Wales Derby. Like, anyway.
Trip out.
Dino. The vodka Red Bulls after that, Luke.
Dino, DMoney.com, where you get all your stuff, mate. Yep. Good stuff. You're in good form, lads. Love your work. Leave your comments. Let us know who's going to win what race should we go? The Newmarket? Yeah. Let us know Newmarket this week. Are you with Team Imperatriz, or do you think Espiona can get the job done, or do you have something out wide? Until next week, I'll tell you what, we might have a little bit of a chat about the Golden Slipper next week and see if we can find the winner there and some value as well with 2 weeks out for that. Right, lads, it's been a pleasure. Bye for now.
Always good.
Cheers.